Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm, where today we're harvesting soybeans on field. I chose the biggest field to harvest today. I am an idiot. We're harvesting soybeans on field 9 because apparently I hate myself. Now the good thing is we won't be needing to unload much. The bad thing is this is the biggest field on the map. Well, the biggest field that we own at the moment. So this could be quite a while. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's video, which hopefully, if I've edited correctly, is a time lapse of some silage baling on spring wells. Hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of boring to record, but hey, you know, it's work that needed to be done, and I figured I didn't need to do, didn't need it to be in a stream. Is this doing what I think it's doing? Yes, do I still have... I need to actually double check something. I was checking triggers earlier on. Need to double check. Fertilizer states is set to 1. Okay. The reason I got fertilizer states set to 1 is... seasons at present, to my knowledge, and I haven't been advised otherwise by the developers, only counts fertilizer once. There's a minor bug where it doesn't let the fertilizer absorb, so you can only ever fertilize once. So I've just adjusted the save game to suit that. Also, the numbers have stopped. Those numbers that I was seeing were actually also caused by seasons. I was kind of correct. One of the guys forgot to turn off a printout that he had running as a debug thing, and made it into the version that we were given, which not the greatest thing. Yeah, but you know, mistakes happen. People must make mistakes, and I'm not gonna hold it against them. It's actually kind of funny, to be honest. So all of my problems are solved, except for the shader issue on Coldborough, which I have no idea what's causing it. I do know it's the silage just causing it. Hopefully the update will have that shader issue fixed. It's probably because I was dumping it in a weird way. So I'm gonna blame myself for that one. And I do hope this is gonna harvest as if there is fertilizer on the field. It is, as you can see, late summer. The soybeans have finished growing. They finished growing overnight. The growth stages happen at midnight of every day, and quite interestingly, you can get crops out in the summer, which means all the crops are now fully grown. And what needs to be done in the autumn then is ploughing. So that's going to make things a bit interesting. So we can get all the ploughing done in the autumn, and hopefully some grass work, because I would like to get some... I'm actually planning on taking BJ extension. I'm trying to decide if I want the BJ extension out of the save game or in the save game, or what I want to do with the silage over at Coldborough Farm. But that definitely needs to go, because I think silage bales are probably going to be more useful when the animals come in, because these silage bunkers are being changed. I may just be a bit cheeky and start a new save game and just bring in the vehicles XML. Which that might cause issues too. I'm gonna have to decide what I want to do when the update does eventually drop, which from what Bullet Bill's been saying is soon, but not very soon. Soon but not imminent. That's probably the best way of putting it. I do hope there are nice scripts and stuff in it. That would be very nice. And the seasons guys, if you do watch their YouTube, which is linked in the description, thoroughly encourage you to check it out, because they do show the newest of the new features, which I now have. These were shown off the other day. There's a new HUD, first of all, and they're showing off the different lighting systems that they've managed to implement. The daylight system, where it's longer during the summer, shorter during the winter, and yeah, spring and autumn kind of in betweeny. They were showing that off. They were actually using Coldborough to test, and Bill was sharing that out as well. Definitely some interesting stuff these guys are doing. As you can see though, we have a cloudy forecast right now. It's cloudy outside right now, which it kind of is. A bit overcast. And a soil temperature, well, it's 19 degrees air temperature, soil temperature of 14 degrees. Which means if we were to plant more crop right now, it would grow. However, I'm going to plant some winter wheat and winter barley in the autumn. I'm going to try and get it down early autumn. Just to allow for basically some work to be done to the grass fields, because they do need ploughing. Well, field 23 definitely needs ploughing, and I need to set off the crops, which will probably be a winter job if the snow holds off long enough. Obviously, if there is snow accumulations, I will have to clean. I will have to go out ploughing the yard and the shop, as well as the roads wherever necessary. The BGA will also need to clean out from snow, and we'll also be doing some forestry over the winter period as well. So that's the way I'm going to be using seasons, is all the crop work and all the field work will be done during the spring, summer and autumn. And then the winter is just going to be for random extra tasks and feeding the animals, which does need to be done more during the winter. Speaking of, I need to check up on the sheep and see how much food they require and clean out their yard, including getting rid of the wool, because that will need doing very soon. I had a look over there earlier on, and they have 3 full pallets produced. I think the maximum they can produce is 6, so we'll need to get a tractor, or even just a pair of pallet forks over there anyway, and a trailer, so we can load that up, or just move them into a shed temporarily. We can sell off full trailers of wool when the time comes. Sheep are fantastic because they just take grass. You just get rid of some grass, feed it to the sheep, leave it for a while, and you need water now as well, but there's a basically free water over at field 19. Also, I did move all the silage that was out in the yard. I moved that back into the pit. I was just out there temporarily, which is why I've now got 9,000 pounds. What I did was I basically literally what I did was I rented a wheel loader and the silage buck rake, and just raked it up from the yard and put it into the thingy, the pit. So this might not be... Well, this won't be the whole field done in one episode. I'm just gonna get as much done as I can in probably half an hour or so, and get at least, hopefully, 2 loads of soybeans out of the harvester. 2 full harvester bins, at least. Soybeans, of course, do not have the greatest yield in the world, and that is because they are worth so redonkulously much. This is how giants balance the game, is their low yield, high price. But he says, knowingly, we got a lot of soybeans planted. Doesn't matter if they low yield, we are going to get a really good price for these things. A seriously large amount of money is headed our way in the near future, probably the winter, or early on in the spring. Because if we got most of the fields planted, we just need to do a small bit of planting in the spring, fertilize kind of late spring, early summer, and then worry about that later. My concern, however, is that the way Seasons calculates fertilizer is a bit wonked. And this is counted as unfertilized, which would be slightly disastrous. Not gonna lie. Would also like to get cows and pigs on the go, but that's gonna have to wait until the update for Coldborough itself, as pigs will not make a mess and cows will not make manure. Which, messy pigs will be something that we can deal with in the winter, so as feeding all of the animals. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. And manure is going to be good fertilizer. I could, of course, get the compost master. However, it's huge, and there's nowhere really to put it on the map. Won't really fit. And I'm not going to go into giant scissors to level an area off just to get it to fit. If it fits somewhere, it'll fit naturally. If it doesn't fit anywhere, it doesn't go in. That's kind of the start and finish of that discussion. So we're about 70% full at the moment. I do plan relatively soon on getting a new harvester. Gonna be honest, this case is probably a bit too small for the fields we have. I would like to upgrade to the TC590. That would be a much better option, because it's bigger. It's got a slightly bigger header. I think the grain bin is ever so slightly bigger as well. That's not too much of an issue. It's more a case of how much swath can we get in a swath. And this case just isn't picking up all that much. It's only 4.5-ish meters. Which, granted, is close to what Coldborough has in real life, but for farm sim, for YouTube, is a bit small. And as I've said in the past, I do plan on being on Coldborough for quite a while, both on streams and in videos, because this is, by quite a margin, my favourite map on farm sim at the moment. Sandy Bay, of course, is coming soon to PC and console. Before anybody asks, is it coming to console? Yes, Sandy Bay is coming to console. Hope you guys have been enjoying Landy Kids videos and streams on Sandy Bay. Haven't had a chance to watch any of them yet. I've been busy. But I've been talking to him, and from what he's been saying, it is a fantastic map. I'm looking forward to playing that when it is released. I know what Oxygen David's fingers crossed timeline is. Not gonna say it. Don't like giving timelines for anything ever. But you guys should have it soon-ish. All problems discounted soonish. There are a few other maps that I know of in the pipeline, and they look absolutely stunning. Not including my own. My own is still very basic. Still a lot of work to go onto that. But I have been doing a lot of work on that as well. And looking forward to getting that at least playable. Basically playable, so I can start doing testing on that off camera and stuff. Do need to actually get it into game relatively soon, just to double check it actually works and doesn't have any errors as of yet. Which, if it does, that's going to be fun point number 1, fixing the errors. If it doesn't, fun point number 2 is continue with hedges. And Robert, yes, hedges take a while. Literally days. Literally weeks. I've been placing hedges for weeks in that map. Like, discounting the month and a bit long break that I took, it's been hedges. And then I decided to give some stuff a new look. Some stuff that you would recognize from a lot of maps, I decided to take into Photoshop, give a new look, give it fresh coat of paint. And I might do that to some other stuff as well, just to get it looking nice. There's no harm in something looking very nice indeed. Some stuff I actually want to make it look older than it is. Because I think it's a bit too new and shiny looking. Speaking of making things look older than they are, I'm actually going to hold up here for a second. Tab over to... where is it? This, the Steyr 760. This is a lovely little two-wheel drive tractor. It's available on the Mod Hub, or not on the Mod Hub, on Mod Hoster. And I gave it a bit of a RainbowDave once over. It now looks a bit corroded, looks a bit older. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's freshly out the factory anymore. Bit of weathering on everything except the rims, which I might look at some point. But yeah, just giving it a quick little once over, a bit of rust, a bit of corrosion, a bit of discoloration on the white. That, you know, all of this around the cab was white, and a bit of discoloration never hurt it. So back to the harvest. That, by the way, is a really nice tractor. Thoroughly encourage you guys to go get it. I will be updating my mod list soon. Hopefully, what day is this going up? Friday. Hopefully it would have been done a couple of days ago. I'm recording this on Tuesday. I'm hoping to get the mod list updated on Friday. Not Friday, Wednesday. All things going well. Can't make any guarantees of that, but hopefully I'll need to write down what mods I have, and I will include the stuff from Giant's Mod Hub. If something's no longer got a link, I will remove the link and just say link taken down. But with the mod list that I keep, which should be in the description, all of the links are at your own discretion. If it no longer works, it's not my fault. I'm not the link police. If a link is down, the link is down. You know, if it no longer works, it's not my fault. And you guys know the name of the mod that you're looking for. Just pop it into Google and it'll probably be on a different site somewhere, probably a dodgy one, but you can still find the exact mod that I used. This takes 6350, doesn't it? What is the capacity of this thing? I'm getting a 6330 and 99%. 6340. Okay. So let's put the pipe out. And while the pipe is coming out, let's hop into... It was in fact the case that I needed. This is going to be the quickest way over there. If you're wondering why the gearbox mod has been taken out, it's because basically it doesn't like going uphill with terrain response. Which is a real shame. It's something that I believe Mowgli is working on. And when I have confirmation that it has been worked on, has been fixed, I will be reintroducing the gearbox mod, because I do like it. I just don't like it enough to get rid of terrain response. There we go. And break it on in. There we go. So we just need to wait for the case to empty out, which shouldn't take too long. We need the case to empty into the case. It's already a third empty now, so it shouldn't take too long. I'm going to have... Long-time viewers will know what I'm about to do. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Long-time viewers know that I've got a real habit of having a cup of tea nearby when I'm recording. Whether or not I drink it is kind of at random, but there usually is a cup of tea not too far away. I am much like Fahy in that I do like my cups of tea. They do, they make me feel good. You know, a bit of caffeine, a bit of bitterness, a bit of dry deliciousness. Because I don't, for those of you wondering, I don't take sugar in my tea. I know a lot of you guys might. I don't like sugar in my tea. It tastes weird. If I want any kind of sucrose or any kind of sugar substitute, I will use honey. because that is natural and delicious and healthy. Gives the tea a nice kind of a bite as well. Makes it soothing more than palate cleansing. Nothing like a good cup of tea. And for waking up, there's nothing like a quite strong cup of coffee. As Landy will attest to. I think he and I take our coffee very similar ways. He takes it black, I take it with an artificial sweetener and some milk, but we pretty much like it the same strength, which is kind of cool. Strong cup of coffee will keep you alert, will wake you up and get you ready for the day, and make you need the toilet 63 times within an hour. No, it might. If you're not used to strong coffee, it might. It might also feel like a punch in the face, so be warned. Strong coffee is not something to be toyed with. Let's get this thing up to full power, full speed. 9-10 kilometers an hour seems about right, and we do seem to be getting a relatively low yield, which may have something to do with the soil temperature. It'd be pretty cool if it did. One thing that would also be cool, and I did notice it overnight, because I fast forwarded time just before recording this. One thing that would be really cool is, because these vehicles do need maintenance as part of the Seasons mod, if vehicle maintenance was actually switched off. So I might try and figure out if I can do something to fiddle with that, or at least turn it down a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to edit all my mod vehicles to have 0 maintenance, which, yes, is technically cheating, but oh no, because okay, so I'm gonna have to have it like this so that I can have the lines up. Because I use the debug tools in Farm Sim, currently I think I've got to have them open to see, yeah, I've got to have one of them open to see the GPS lines, so I've got the light debug open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get hopefully a few up and down passes. These won't be as long as the headlands, because, well, we're making a good swipe through, right now, the middle of pure, 100% pure soybeans. Let's actually raise the reel. Can we raise the reel? We cannot raise the reel like that. Let's raise the reel up. There we go. So we wouldn't really have it that low on if you're harvesting soybeans in real life. Well, you might if they were kind of close to the ground, but I'm imagining these are all magically after standing up proud like they are in the game. Getting a nice amount of soybean through the header and through the harvester. Hopefully not too many losses, you know, from just shooting straight through or getting stuck in the header. Which it would be awesome if Farm Sim were to simulate that, especially on the Field 7 hill. That'd be pretty cool. Because the Field 7 hill, you would have to pretty much go downhill the whole time. You couldn't harvest uphill because the crop would just go shoot straight through the harvester. You'd lose everything. So, coming to the end of this pass, I think I've left myself enough headland room with 3 headlands. I know that with Courseplay I do 4 or 5, but I like to think that I can drive better than Courseplay can, so 3 should be enough. Actually going a full pass right of where I want to be. There we go. There we go, that's nicely lined up. I am using GPS just to make this easier. I don't know if this would have GPS in real life. It looks like it's got positioned for probably a pipe camera, I would imagine. That's what that TV screen would be. There's what looks to be air conditioning. Yeah, there's no real GPS as such, but I can imagine you could retrofit this thing with one of them. What is that thing? Whatever it is, it doesn't want to be seen. Yeah, it is in fact air conditioning. Or air circulation. So we're making relatively good progress. Doesn't look like we're going to get a second load out of the harvester today. But in the on Wednesday stream, we'll probably have finished this field. It is weird doing, making a video for after a stream. So I probably should have done something else today. I don't know. Maybe in this evening stream, I'll finish this field, and I will do a different field. What I've done, I will have done a different field in Wednesday's stream, just so that we get this field done in a single day, as you guys see it. This is so very strange to think out. But I think, I think we're gonna finish getting this harvester filled up. I do want to get ready to take a screenshot. Let's get the flight into HUD mode on. Let's take the HUD down. Let's get glance out of the way. Are we going to be able to do this without causing too much hassle? Yes. Wonderful, beautiful, delicious. So while I'm coming down this pass, I'm going to just get this lined up so that you can kind of sort of see the GPS lines. Let's turn on all the lights. And if I turn, if I turn the debug off, they disappear. Fantastical. Let's take a picture like. Like this will probably be a good one. It wants to stay in place. And there we go. Just zoom in a bit more. So let's get debug running again. Lights off. That's back up on screen. And back into cab we go. We got another 40% to go. You know what? I am going to call this an episode here. I know we haven't done too much. But such is the joys of having such a small harvester. And a low yield crop. Soybean is very, very low yield. It's not going to give us too much. Basically until we get a big harvester and start really laying into these fields of soybean. I do hope to get another field once all of this harvesting is done, so that I don't feel too bad about going for another ploughing session. I do want to get another plough as well, because if I can get 2 tractors ploughing, that would be pretty awesome. The little steyr is directly replacing the universal we had, by the way. Little steyr. The universal has been sold off. The steyr is a direct replacement for that. And what else? Oh, that's going to be used as just a yard tractor and a bit of a shuttle, an equipment shuttle around Coldborough Farm itself. So I'm going to leave you today by saying, I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Coldborough Park Farm. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button on your way out. And if you're new here, please do remember to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.